Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Jumping back into some Armored Warfare. It's been a little while, probably like, I don't know, a week or two since I made an Armored Warfare video, so gonna roll out my Tier 8 premium tank. This is a T72B3. And this is a pretty interesting game. It ends up in a really interesting way, and you'll see in the end what exactly it happens, but a pretty interesting vehicle. In the end, I end up fighting a T90, and I guess in real life, I guess the T90 was probably superior tank to the T72B3, but it seemed to work out pretty good in this certain situation here. So I'm not being careful enough in this certain situation. I went a broadside, and I didn't think I would get spotted by that guy who was down there across the way, but I did, and I got shot, and I paid for it. But I ended up getting a couple of shots in there on the way in. And frontally, the T72B3 is fairly strong as long as you can kind of keep the lower plate a little bit covered up and not give up too much of the vehicle. So I'm trying to give a little fire support here. Managed to bounce that shot and puts him into this guy down here. So I'm only really giving up my turret right now, so I was pretty happy with where I was. So I'm going to rock back and forth a little bit and see if I can get a... No, I'm not able to shoot at this guy now, so I'm going to pull up on the side of the mountain a little bit, and I'm not able to shoot him again. I thought shooting down on his upper plate might be able to pen, but didn't end up actually working. So I can see our guy is not really doing extremely well down there, so I try and come down and give him a little bit of help, but it didn't really work out well for him. So he's going, looks like he's just rushing and trying to fight a full health equivalent tank. I think it was another T90, so I'm going to come around on this Leopard, who, I don't know where he went. I thought he would gang up on the T90. He chose not to, and he actually ended up appearing over here. So I'm going to flip around the corner, and watch this. This is what I'm talking about, the stupid shattering that goes on. I'm coming around, and okay, I got the back side of him. I'll shoot. Oh, 0 damage. Fantastic. So I'm going to reload, and I'm going to put a shot into this guy. Take him out. So, okay, 1 kill down. And now everyone on my team is dead. As of right now, because this guy decided to rush down into the middle and get himself murdered. So I shoot that guy. Now I'm going to ram this guy, do a whole crap ton of damage to him. I'm getting shot in the back, so I put the last shot into him, and now I got to get my armor forward again. And I'm going to put a shot into this guy. I'm taking shots. And I'm going to try and face hug him so he doesn't have much to shoot at. The nice thing about this tank is it's pretty quick. And I'm pretty sure those ATGMs maybe didn't fuse if they're too close. I don't use ATGMs very much because I hate them. I think they're terrible for the game. But, and I know the other guy, I think it was a Chieftain, he was going to come around on my other flank here, so I decided I'm going to go for him, and I'm going to zip around the corner and see if I can try and shoot him, like right now. So again, I'm going to try and not give up my lower plate to him. And I thought I could shoot him in the little hatchy thing right here, but it didn't pen. It shattered again. And this shattering is kind of a joke at this point, but it's he gives up his lower plate, boom. And now I know this other guy's going to come around on me from behind, so I'm trying to turn, and I just wasn't able to turn fast enough. But I'm going to put one into his lower plate, and I'm just going to start wiggling the whole front of my tank around, and he manages to somehow bounce on me. And now my only hope is to put one more into him on the way in, and then just try and hug him, because this is the T90 versus the T72B3, and I just tried to move the front around of my tank around enough, and I'd accidentally loaded ATGMs here. I didn't realize I'd done it immediately. So I'm going to whiff a couple of these missiles off the front of his vehicle before I decide, okay, I got to switch back to my AP rounds. And thought maybe I could get him with that one. Didn't end up working. And now he's going to open up his side to me a little bit too much. So I'm going to turn my tank right, get into him, still keep the front of my vehicle to him. Well, he's still giving up. He's still trying to turn to to try and achieve something or to try and get around me so he can pen the side of me, and he kept giving up the side of his tank, so it let me kill him. So that was everybody on the enemy team was 9,000 damage, and I ended up killing the entire enemy team. Not quite by myself, because that one guy was still alive before he drove down and murdered himself, but pretty crazy result, pretty fast game. These 5v5 skirmish maps are too short and too small. They got to be 7v7 or 8v8 or something. Maybe reduce it down from 15 to 12v12. I think that would be better for the game. But that was pretty much one of my funnest results ever in Armored Warfare with an MBT to date. And good damage and a nice comeback. Didn't expect to win that. I just wanted to try and kill as many of those guys as possible, and it turned out that I was able to actually wipe out the whole rest of the enemy team just by playing a certain way and hiding my weak spots. Thanks for watching, guys.